right side of MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, rivals to battle in the NFC East. It's the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. It's Graham Gano to get this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led out by the veteran of so many teams. We don't have time to tell you how many teams. Man who's got a lot of jerseys in his closet. It's Josh Johnson.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense he's going to throw at him that he hasn't seen. Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
It's a quick throw over to Samuel. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. A big play there for Washington. 36 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to bring up a third down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Traylon Burks, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This from 34 yards. Moody's kick is good. And the Commanders are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Gunnar Olszewski. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by the first-round pick in 2025 out of Ole Miss. It's Jackson Dart.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
First down.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On the ground, here's Tracy. Oh, a loose football. It appears one of the Giants, yes, they were able to fall on it, so they keep possession.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
Third and long. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Commanders' offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead, see if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. The man in motion is Burks. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield. The Giants offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. The bootleg. Here is Dart. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On the give, it's Tracy. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Quan Martin is there for the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Out of the gun, here comes Dart. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A big-time play out of the G-men. 33 yards.
At the 16-yard
And they
line.
decide to bring pressure here on 3rd down, but he does a really nice job, remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and keeps the drive alive.
Dart gonna fake the give and hold on to it. The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd
They
and
went to the
9.
design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of
15-yard
space
line.
for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. A play fake. Now Dart. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Daniel Bellinger. Touchdown, New York.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their idea.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Giants move out to a 7-3 lead.
7. Commanders 3.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. On target, got it to McLaurin.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 4. A run out of the gun. Krowski Merritt. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Javon Holland up to make the tackle.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick it up with Krosky Merritt. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
And these are the tough yards you judge it back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that first down by about a yard or 2.
Over the middle, he's got McClurry. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's his second catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Rushed to his left. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The man in motion is Burks. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he'll get forward, give him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And that is incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And that'll set up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Rudy comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Olszewski now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense ready for this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Not a great start by this running back here in the first half, Mike. He had a fumble earlier. Now he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to get more out of this run game as the rest of this game moves along.
To the air on 2nd down. Darden. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Giants football here to begin the second quarter. They've got it facing 3rd and a yard. On the play fake, here's Dart. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big play for the Giants. 53 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Look up the crowd, and here's Tracy on 1st down. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. They'll go play action here with Dart. And he's in. Wandale Robinson. Touchdown, Giants.
And we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now, Gano for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants will take a 14-6 lead.
Commanders 6.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. Throwing on the run, it's behind his man, and it's incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Giants offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Dart going to keep this on his own read. Did a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold him to a short game.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
Dart going to throw here on second down. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. That's going to be incomplete. Good work where the defender bodied his man up, wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Out of shotgun. It's Dart. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Here's Jamie Gillen on now. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. The fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now pass deep for McLaurin. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Commander's first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
They'll look to throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And he will score. Ben Sinnott, touchdown Washington. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders move back to within one.
Giants 14, Commanders 13.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Giants offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Jonathan Jones in on the tackle.
2nd and 8.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, it is Dart. He'll get that complete right side. It's Bellinger. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
3rd and short. The Commanders come up with it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Moody now for the extra point. He knocks it through. The Commanders will open up a 6-point lead.
Commanders 20, Giants 14.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Olszewski now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete. Wan'Dale Robinson, the one he was looking for that time. It's second down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Out of the gun, third down. It's Dart taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And he will go all the way. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York. That his second touchdown tonight. Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Gano on to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants will go up by a point here in the second quarter.
Giants 21, Commanders 20.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Commanders' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throw, it was clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Now pass deep for McLaurin. He's got it! And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 55.
A big play there for Washington. 55 yards on the game.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. The man in motion is Burks. Throwing now from the gun. He's got it. That's Burks. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Commanders get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Jake Moody.
Moody comes back on the field after making the field goal. He's set to kick off. Olszewski now to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
First and 10.
The Giants offense and their quarterback Jackson Dart heading back out to the field. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth where the receiver's saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
And Tyrone Tracy was the intended receiver there. Now it's going to be third down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. On comes with the punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Fair catch will be taken here. It is right at the 40-yard line. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play. That is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. of the gun. He'll throw. He keeps it himself. He'll take this one up close to the first down marker. They spot it where the slide begins. That's a pickup of about 9.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Brian Burns gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Third, they need 8. Now they'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Burks. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression, and at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Catch made there by Burks.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Second down, 8 yards to go. He's going to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
And the Washington 1st down.
Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half.
Jake Moody.
This is still anyone's ball game at this point. The difference is just 2 as we begin quarter number 3. Olszewski now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail by 2, and we'll start this drive with 1st and 10. They'll run with Tracy. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Noah Igbenogany on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 6. Looking to throw. It's Dart, and he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Brings up third down.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Out of the gun, here comes Dart. Now he'll air this one out deep for Hyatt. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 52 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory, hope to come away with some points.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Down at the 20-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
From the 20, here's second down and 9. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. He is belted in the backfield. What a shot he took. It's going to be a loss of yardage. What a play.
23-yard line.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants will take the lead here in the third quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Start the drive with Krosky Merritt. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll motion over Samuel. Now, faking the give. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Kayvon Thibodeau. He gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. Now pass deep for McLaurin. That is brought in. And he will score. Harry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
So now, with the lead up to 5, they're going to go for 2 and try to extend it out to 7.
Line up for the two-point conversion.
They're going to try to run it in. And he gets in for the two-point conversion. And the lead bumps up to 7.
24.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it up. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Operating from the gun, it's Dart. He has Hyatt complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. A carry here for Tracy. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
On 3rd down, here is Dart. That's into the hands of his receiver, Hyatt. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Now, this is something that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
It is 3rd and long. Throwing is Dart. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up fourth down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. Samuel, going to see what he can do. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On the give, Krosky Merritt. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a first down at the 44-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right back to Krosky Merritt. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
In this defense, they just continue to put in a great night's work. I mean, Mike, you think whether it's been blitz schemes, stunts, whatever you name it, this offensive line has had its hands full. They have allowed their quarterback to be hit way too many times.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
The Commanders set to kick this one away. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
The ball carrier tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Out of shotgun. It's Dart. This one taken in by Hyatt. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
Gain of 13 for number 13. And a first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. To the air on 2nd down. Dart. Throw left side. That's Johnson. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They gained 18 yards on that one. That's good for a Giants first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Dart. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
22 yards.
They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
At the 21-yard line.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
At the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, they need 7. They'll go play action here with Dart. That is caught at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
And the Giants first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get it.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. The kick is good. And the Giants go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3.
Commanders 31.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over.
26-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
And this is the tricky element of these deep balls, Mike. You want to hit the guy in stride. You want the touchdown. You want the beautiful highlight play. But sometimes you're better off underthrowing a receiver than you are overthrowing them, because as we see time and time again throughout the league, an underthrown deep ball, more times than not, leads to a pass interference call.
He gets it to Samuel, left side. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Washington.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Brian Burns, the former Panther, in there for the sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw to the outside into the hands of McClurry. And he'll get about 12 yards here as he's out of bounds. That'll make things a little easier on 3rd down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Oh, he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Giants offense and their quarterback Jackson Dart heading back out to the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. On the ground, here's Tracy. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And the Giants first down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. He's got room to the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. How about this one, too, to start the drive? Mark him off with a gain of 24 and another first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Jart gonna fake the give and hold on to it. And now he doesn't put it away, and the ball is out. And fortunately, one of his teammates downfield comes to his rescue and retains possession after the big play.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often. And when they do, you got to seize the moment. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On the give, it's Tracy. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
He's got it at the 7. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
And the Giants first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now, Gano for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Giants will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Commanders 31.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Samuel going to see what he can do. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders offense heading out for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. throw here to begin the drive. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
The crowd at MetLife on their feet for 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 11 yards on the pass there. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
For the longest time, when you threw the ball to the running back, it was a check down, a swing, a screen, kind of short underneath where you relied on guys to run after the catch. But that's not the case anymore. So many of these running backs around the league, Mike, they can run routes, in a lot of cases, almost as good as the wide receivers.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Right side, hauled in by Samuel. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
It is 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a 1st down.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
Here's a shot toward the end zone. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll step up and run this. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
On is Moody to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. A 1-score game late, you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. And still 2 timeouts left for the defense, but no real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. To throw, it's dark on 1st and 10. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one.
2nd and 4.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now the Commanders will use their 3rd and final timeout. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
At the 27-yard line.
First and 10. One final kneel down here inside the 40-second mark. Should be enough to put this one on ice. So it's a win for the Men in Blue. The Giants get it done. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. And in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.